So, dear friends, we are back again here, and I'm very happy to greet you in this month of June. We have had many good things in this month, and we hope for also some more things that will make us happy, contented, and according to the will of God. Let me first pause at the readings of this weekend, the readings of the 12th Sunday of the ordinary time of the year. The readings are of a different type. We normally have those that soothe us, that comfort us, that give us hope. Surely these readings of today are also the readings that give us hope, but then Jesus is realistic to say that we should not expect everything to be flying, to be everything to be so peaceful that there are no troubles, there are no struggles in life. Christianity is also a struggle. Christianity is also a challenge. So therefore the readings of today perhaps give us an inkling of what Jesus himself went through and what Jesus not promises but expects every Christian and especially his disciples and apostles to face in the world. My reflection today is an inspiration from the Holy Father Pope Francis himself in the allocation that he gave at the general audience on 21st of June 2020. The gospel that speaks today from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verse 26 to 33, is a part of what's called the missionary discourse of Jesus, where Jesus himself prepares the disciples for future challenges. And so he sends them, as you know, 2 by 2, and the other expectations of his about them. When you are going to preach 2 by 2, don't take anything with you. Do not take your staff, your bag, or perhaps some money, because ultimately what you are going to say depends on the strength of God that you will speak. And so Jesus tells the disciples, fear not. The word fear not is used 2 or 3 times today. Do not fear, because there will be situations in your life which are challenging. Pope Francis says there can be 3 types of fears. The first fear is called the fear of being stifled. That you see something that is a little uncomfortable for you, and therefore you dilute the message. You are not being honest. You sugarcoat everything, and you tell people that everything is okay. You can do this, you can do that, and a sort of a compromise, a sort of a life that we don't really confront in its entirety. There are many of us perhaps who are sugarcoating our message. We are telling the people that everything is okay, but Jesus is the one who tells the truth. What is correct, what is not correct. What is to be done, what is not to be done. What perhaps is dangerous for us, what is devilish, satanic, what we have to avoid, and at the same time, the life everlasting. So therefore, the first danger that the Pope says is what we call the danger of sugarcoating or danger of diluting our message. The second fear is a real fear. That fear that comes through opposition, through confrontation. When you read the first reading of Jeremiah, you see that he has been threatened his life. Do not open your mouth. Do not prophesy. And they almost threaten him with physical harm, with making him run away because he is going to proclaim the truth. A prophet is never accepted, not only in his own country, but also by any people, because his message is strong, his message is forceful. So therefore, Jesus warns his disciples about this danger, the physical danger that you have. And Jesus says, They can touch your body, but they can't touch your spirit. And not only that, the many tribulations that will come at the end times are so many that perhaps they might frighten you. And the third danger is what's called the danger which is personal, to believe that God has abandoned you, that God doesn't bother you, that you are left on your own. Many a times, many of our spiritual writers mention this. The saints have experienced it. Perhaps they say in the life of Mother Teresa, she also experienced at one time the helplessness. It's like the cry of Jesus at Gethsemane, Father, if it is your will, because I do not want to submit myself to this. And why have you abandoned me? This is the cry of Jesus. This is the cry of the saints. This is the cry of every Christian, that sometimes we feel this desert experience that God has abandoned us. And for all these three dangers or three hostile situations, what is Jesus' answer in the gospel today? Do not fear. Do not fear. Just as he said in the Gospel of Mark at the end, I am with you till the end of the world. So also in today's gospel it says, if God can take care of those sparrows, the little birds, you think God will not take care of you? And what we need is our complete trust in the providence of God. And that is the message today. We will have difficulties, we will have challenges, but blessed is he who trusts in God, who trusts in the power and the might of God. So my dear friends, I leave you with this consoling message. Fear not, God is with us. Emmanuel, the presence of God always to feel in our lives, in our existence.